You think you're observant. You're not. You're prey pretending to be a predator. You walk into rooms blind. You trust smiles. You swallow words. And then you wonder why you're betrayed, sidelined, outmaneuvered. Niccolò Machiavelli warned you centuries ago. Men are so simple and so subject to present necessities that he who deceives will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived. You allow it. Every day. You ignore micro-expressions. You miss tonal shifts. You believe covert contracts, those silent agreements where you think, if I'm loyal, they'll be loyal. That's fantasy. That's prey logic. Here's the thesis. Your weakness is not kindness. Your weakness is strategic blindness. You fail to read others because you refuse to study human nature like a battlefield map. And on a battlefield, ignorance gets you killed. In this video, you will learn 1. The Predator's Scan. How to read status in 3 seconds. 2. Shadow detection. How to spot hidden motives instantly. 3. Information asymmetry. How to know more than you reveal. 4. Cognitive dissonance cracks. How lies leak through tension. 5. The fox and the lion switch. When to observe, when to strike. 6. Emotional camouflage. How to become unreadable. 1. The Predator's Scan. When a wolf enters a clearing, it does not smile. It scans. You must do the same. The first 3 seconds decide hierarchy. You assess posture, chin angle, eye contact duration, who interrupts whom, who laughs too quickly, who waits to speak. Count to 3. Watch what happens. Most people broadcast status unconsciously. Shoulders collapse, feet point toward power. Voice pitch rises under pressure. These are survival tells. The prince teaches that rulers survive by seeing reality without illusion. You must strip emotion from observation. Become surgical. Psychology calls this thin slicing, the brain's ability to infer from minimal cues. But you don't rely on instinct alone. You discipline it. Action steps. Enter silently. Say less than necessary. Observe who commands attention without demanding it. Track who mirrors whom. Identify the lion. Identify the hyenas. You are mapping power. Why do you speak before you scan? Why reveal before you assess? The next layer is darker, because posture is surface, motive is depth. 2. Shadow detection. Every human has a shadow. Carl Jung called it the repressed self. Carl Jung described shadow integration as the path to wholeness, but most people never integrate. They project. Projection is your weapon. The man who accuses others of manipulation fears his own. The woman who condemns arrogance hides hunger for dominance. The co-worker who preaches loyalty fears abandonment. You watch for overreactions. Excess emotion equals hidden investment. Ask yourself this question: what topic makes them tense? That tension reveals leverage. Machiavelli wrote, "Men more quickly forget the death of their father than the loss of their patrimony." Translation: threaten ego or status and truth leaks. Action steps: introduce mild contradiction. Watch their face. Withhold validation. Observe discomfort. Change topic abruptly. Note relief or agitation. You are testing fault lines like a general probing defenses. Humans are not lions. They are foxes pretending to be lions. And foxes leave tracks. But seeing shadow is not enough. You must control information flow. 3. Information asymmetry. Power flows to the one who knows more. Information asymmetry is simple. You extract, you conceal. Predators do not roar before they pounce. You ask open questions. You reveal little. You nod. You let silence stretch. Silence is a scalpel. Most people cut themselves trying to fill it. Why do you rush to explain yourself? Why do you volunteer secrets to seem trustworthy? That is covert contract behavior. You think disclosure buys loyalty. It buys vulnerability. Machiavelli advised rulers to appear virtuous while acting strategically. Appear open, stay guarded. Action steps. Answer questions with calibrated vagueness. Redirect focus back to them. Store data. Share nothing unnecessary. Speak last in meetings. Count to 3. Watch who cannot tolerate silence. They expose themselves, but lies still hide. So you must detect internal fracture. 4. Cognitive dissonance cracks. Cognitive dissonance is psychological stress from contradiction. When words and reality collide, the body betrays truth. A forced smile, a delayed response, a swallow, a blink rate spike. You look for timing gaps. Truth flows smoothly. Lies require construction. Ask yourself this question: do their emotions match their words? When someone says, "I'm happy for you," but their jaw tightens, you see the crack. That crack is entry. Machiavelli understood this tension in courts of Florence. Allies smiled while sharpening knives. Florence was not polite. It was predatory. Action steps. Ask for specifics. Liars hate detail. Repeat their statement slowly. Watch discomfort. Maintain eye contact 2 seconds longer than normal. You are not accusing, you are observing. The next principle changes your posture from prey to apex. 5. The fox and the lion switch. Machiavelli wrote that a prince must be both lion and fox. The lion frightens wolves. The fox detects traps. Most of you are sheep. You must switch modes deliberately. Fox mode: quiet, observant, adaptive. Lion mode: decisive, direct, unflinching. When you detect weakness, apply pressure calmly. When you detect strength, gather intelligence. Why confront too early? Why reveal your claws before you know the terrain? Action steps. In negotiations, let them anchor first. When challenged publicly, respond slowly, firmly. Never escalate emotionally. Escalate strategically. Lions do not panic. Foxes do not brag. One layer remains. The most dangerous layer. 6. Emotional camouflage. The ultimate weapon is being unreadable. If they cannot map you, they cannot manipulate you. You regulate breath. You neutralize micro-expressions. You answer without overexposure. You integrate your shadow so projection fails. Shadow integration means owning your aggression, owning envy, owning ambition. When you accept them, no one can shame you with them. Ask yourself this question: what emotion do you fear showing? Master it, then mask it. Action steps. Practice neutral face in the mirror. Slow your blink rate under stress. Speak in measured cadence. Reveal emotion strategically, never impulsively. Count to 3. Watch what happens when you stop reacting. People lean in, they test, they expose more. Stay until the end, because this final synthesis determines whether you remain prey or evolve. Become the unreadable predator. You started this video blind. Now you see the battlefield. You scan status in seconds. You detect shadow through projection. You exploit information asymmetry. You read cognitive dissonance cracks. You switch between fox and lion. You master emotional camouflage. This is not paranoia. This is sovereignty. Human nature is not kind. It is competitive. It is territorial. It is hungry. Wolves circle weakness. Hyenas laugh at hesitation. Lions test resolve. If you ignore these truths, you remain exploitable. You will keep asking, "Why did this happen to me?" while others script your fate. But if you apply these principles, rooms shift when you enter. Conversations slow. People measure words carefully. Respect replaces dismissal. Ask yourself this final question: who controls the narrative of your life? You do, or someone else does. There is no neutral ground in psychological warfare. If this sharpened your awareness, subscribe now, because every week you train perception like a blade. Like this video if you refuse to be prey again. And comment below, "I see the game." Write it, own it, because the moment you see the game, you stop being hunted.